All right, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be going over the July 17th MLB games. We got 15 of them. Well, kind of like 13 and a half depending on how you look at it. But yeah, there was a lot of interesting things going on yesterday. Top story of the night, the Washington Nationals Padres game ended in about, what was it, the sixth inning, when there was some gunshots being heard on the broadcast. You could hear it if you went back and listened very closely. Fans started running onto the field, all this fun looking stuff. Turns out the shots were fired right outside the stadium, so everyone in the stadium was safe. Had nothing to do with the baseball game. It appears 4 people were injured in that incident from all the reports that I had looked over. So they're going to replay from the start of where all that happened. I'm not sure. I'm assuming the second half of the next game will be a 7-inning game, so they'll kind of go in double header mode on that one. We also had the Yankees game that went short. We'll get to that in a little bit. We had another game, the Miami-Philly game, that we won't go into because that one was postponed in the top of the 10th, tied 2-2. So they're going to play the rest of that one today as well. Otherwise, not too much else to go into. We're just going to jump into these games. There's 15 of them, like I said. Talked about one of them already with the Phillies Miami game. And we'll jump into and start things off with the Tigers Twins. This was a doubleheader, so we had 2 games of these two. Tigers took both. In this first game, it was 1-0 Tigers, coming off the bat of a Robbie Grossman home run in that first inning. So first at bat is all his game took, and then they shut the door the rest of the way. Urena goes 3-0 on 2 Ks. Daniel Norris comes in for the 2 innings of relief. He ends up getting the win. And Funkhouser and Soto close the rest of the way. Soto now up to 8 saves on the season, and Barnes on the other side, he's going to get tagged with the loss. 4.21 earned run, 1K. Not a lot going on in that game specifically. Tigers 5, Twins 4. So Tigers, like I said, won both these ones. Twins got out to a quick lead in this one, but Tigers did have a 3-run second inning to bounce back. Badu, highlight in this one, 1 hit, 3 RBI. He had a 3 RBI triple, his 5th of the season, which is now leading the majors in triple. So nice little highlight there for Mr. Adil Badu. Alexander, 3.12 earned runs, 1 strikeout. Kenta Maeda, 5, 3, and 5K or 8 Ks in the loss. And this is a power rankings battle because these two teams have been neck and neck in the power rankings. You're not going to see it back there right now because we did an American League playoff picture video yesterday. Indians 3, Athletics 2. Indians coming back, bouncing back after blowing last night's game, or the night before in the 9th. They had a chance at it again. This one came down again to the wire with a couple guys on base in the 9th inning, but they managed to get out of it, only giving up 1 run. But there was some concern at some point, but they closed the door. Fernal Reyes, 15th home run of the season in this one. Just a solo shot in the 8th, which ends up being the winning run. A little bit of insurance coming off his bat, which is always nice to see. On the other side, 7 hits coming from Oakland. Brown leading the way with 2. Frankie Montes goes 6, 2 earned runs, 7 Ks in the loss. He's 8-8 on the season with a 4.33. I think that's got to be one of the highest 500 records of all the pitchers right now with 8. Don't really see a lot of other ones. On the other side, you see it. Quantrill, 2-2, 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 5 Ks. He's been up and down all season too, but this game specifically, 1 earned run, very good outing for him. Karanad Chak comes in for his 10th save of the season. Moving along, we get to the Cubs 4, Diamondbacks 2, and the Cubs were on the ropes in this one. Going into that 9th inning, they were down 2-1, and they managed to throw together a 3-run 9th inning. Very potentially could be keeping their season alive with this kind of game, bringing them back up to 500. Cubs pick up a much-needed run. Contreras, 3-hit, 2 RBI night, leading the way in that 9th inning. His 14th home run of the season is a 2-run bomb with 2 out, which is going to be the difference and carries the Cubs. They're essentially down to 1 out in this game. On the other side, no home runs. Gallen goes 5.21 on runs, 7 Ks. Diamondbacks are happy seeing Zach Gallen back and going strong. Azalea goes 5, 2 runs, 2 Ks. Kimbrel comes in afterwards for his 21st save of the season. Moving along, we got the Pirates 9 and Mets 7. So what's that? Back-to-back game now. The Pirates have taken off the Mets. And this one was in amazing fashion, let's be honest. The Mets were going, we'll just skip right ahead to late innings in this one. Mets were up 6-0, where the Pirates put up a 5 spot in the bottom of the 8th, which I don't want to put too much on that because the biggest play comes after. When the Mets add another run, so they're up 7-5 going into the bottom of the 9th. Diaz on the mound, bases loaded, and he gives up what appeared originally to be a big fly ball to Stallings, ends up clearing the fence for a grand slam, and the Pirates walk it off in amazing fashion. So Stallings, nice grand slam for him, his 8th home run of the season. In the 8th inning, they also had Defoe hitting his 3rd. For the Mets, we have Jay Davis hit 2 home runs in this game, 4 up to 4, and Nemo hitting his 2nd. But they fell short, and his good game goes kind of underwater after that. You don't really notice. He had a 3-hit, 4 RBI night. Miguel goes 6, 0 earned runs, 2 Ks. Miguel's been good since they've added him to the rotation out of desperation. Diaz gets charged with his 3rd blown save of the season. Crow goes 5.1, 4 earned runs, and 3 Ks in the no decision. Moving along to the 28-29 power ranking battle. Orioles tie up the series, winning 8-4, and they got out to a massive lead early. And their bullpen actually managed to hold a lead of a significant amount of runs, but they still held the lead. 5-run 3rd inning is probably the biggest highlight here. In the Orioles, a bunch of guys having multi-hit nights, with Trey Mancini leading the way with a triple, 2 hits along the way. No home runs coming from the Kansas City side. Jorge Lopez goes 4.2, 4 earned runs. So it wasn't even the bullpen that gave up the runs to Kansas City. It was the Orioles straight. And the bullpen closes the door the rest of the way. Brady Singer, 2 innings pitched, 7 earned runs. His ERA is just exploded. Buick ends up coming in for 6 innings of relief, 1 earned run. But Kansas City, they're just looking rough these days. Brewers 7, Reds 4, and this very well could be the turning point for the Reds. They're trying to go on life without Castellanos, but not quite. And the bullpen again kind of falls apart for the Reds down in the later innings. They were relying on a nice outing from Castillo. He was going heavy in this one, and then in that 7th inning, they turn to their bullpen, and right away, with their 2-0 lead, they blow it. The bullpen blows it, 3 runs to the Brewers. In the 7th, they managed to tie it up again in the 8th and send it to extras, where they exchange runs in the 10th, and Milwaukee puts up a 3 spot in the 11th, which the Reds cannot answer and end up losing in this game. Castillo goes 6, 0 earned runs, 8 Ks. Ever since his first little bit rough month and a half, he's been amazing for the Reds in the past 2 months. Woodruff on the other side, 5.2, 1 earned runs, 8 Ks. He's also been great. He was in line for the loss, but his bats saved him. And in this case, Amir Garrett is getting charged with 2 earned runs. His ERA is now 7.22. It's been quite a few times now where Garrett's just not held it together, and they actually give him the hold in this situation, which I guess doesn't make much sense actually to me, why he gets that. 1 out and gets a hold. Blown save goes to Brock, who I guess gives up the hit that is the round. I don't know. I don't know how that scoring works, but long story short, Reds lose a very important game. So in this past 2 weeks, they're 3-3 against the Brewers, which isn't going to be good enough. Second in that same division, the Cardinals pull off a nice win, 3-1. They're 2 games below 500. They're still 8 games back from the Brewers or so they have a lot of ground to make up. But if they're beating the Giants, they're making it up against a good team, potentially a wild card team going down the stretch too. I know they're winning the West right now, but I suspect it's only a matter of time before the Dodgers catch up to them. But Cardinals, good outing with them. Goldschmidt led the way, 3-hit, 2 RBI night, hitting his 15th home run of the season. And they held the Giants to only a couple of hits, 6 hits in this game and only 1 run. O'Neill hitting his 16th of the season as well. Desclafani goes 6 3 runs, 4 Ks. Pretty good outing for him, but he gets tagged with the loss. And Kim on the other side, 6 0 earned runs and 1 K. Only 1 K over 6. It's a little concerning. But Alex Reyes comes in for his 21st save of the season. He is now 21 for 21 in save opportunities. I know he wants to go back into the starting rotation, but he might have found an amazing role in this team in the bullpen. But at the end of the day, starters are more valuable than closers, I would think. And we could very well see him get back into that starting rotation next year once they up his inning count. White Sox 10, Astros 1. White Sox bouncing back immediately after they got a little bit of a blowout yesterday, going the other way. But they answered back with Tim Anderson leading the way with a 3-hit, 2 RBI night. They just had a couple, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 innings in a row here. They just put up runs, and they're just consistently scoring runs, and that's kind of what the White Sox have been about this year. Collins, his 4th home run of the season. Anderson, his 7th. Sheets, his 4th. Abreu, his 16th. And Berger, his 1st. So we're talking 5 home runs coming off the White Sox bat. Giolito, complete game shutout, or not shutout, complete game, 9 inning, 1 earned run, 8 Ks. And Odorizzi on the other side only lasts 3.1, 4 earned runs, giving up 2 homers. And he's been solid since coming back, and he's due for a little bit of a rough beating from them. Moving on, we got Yankees 3, Red Sox 1. This game only lasted 6 innings before they called it due to rain. And honestly, I was watching this game at this point, and it looked to me like the rain was coming down really heavy in that 5th inning, and it's 1-1. I think they really wanted to see if they could find a resolution to this game, so they pushed it a little bit. And Amura comes in for relief and ends up giving up a home run to Gary Sanchez and I think Torres. Or was it back-to-back home runs? Yeah. Which ends up being the difference, and then they call it right after that inning. So it's kind of unfortunate for fans of that. Valdi goes 5 1 runs, 7 Ks, and Garrett Cole goes 6 all the innings, 1 run, 11 Ks. And the top of that 6th, Garrett Cole was in a jam. Very well could have got damaged, could have went the other way exactly in Boston's favor, but in this case, Yankees closed the door, got it done. Braves 9, Rays 0. Max Fried leading the way for his team in this one on both the sticks and the pitches. 3 hits, 2 RBI night for him. Afterwards, he's like, I'm going to be the next Ohtani. You guys just watch. So that was pretty funny. Pedersen getting his first home run as an Atlanta Brave, his 12th of the season. Freeman, he is definitely starting to heat up just in time, and Braves could go on a little bit of a run here. I'm starting to think they have a shot at this division. 21st of the season. Braves are now 1 game below 500. With the Rays being shut out, Josh Fleming went 4.17 earned run, 1 K. So they left him out there to get pummeled. Well, Max Fried, not only a hitter, he was a pitcher today. 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 7 Ks in the win. Moving along with the Dodgers 9, Rockies 2. Not a whole lot to throw. Dodgers just putting up runs here and there consistently. Mookie Betts had himself a night. 4 hits, 1 RBI. Then we had Max Muncy. Every time Betts got on base, Muncy was hitting him home. He had a 4-hit, 5 RBI night with Betts, his 14th home run of the season. Pollock, his 13th, and Max Muncy had 2 on the night. He's up to 21. This was a big win for the Dodgers, coming into Colorado, taking care of Colorado well. They've been super good at home. The Dodgers are now, I think, only 1 game behind the Giants. So with the Giants losing, they're catching up real quick to them. Buehler, 7, 2 earned runs, 8 Ks. He's now 10-1 on the season. I secretly think he has a really good shot at Cy Young, definitely with the way DeGrom's been. He left the game today. We'll see if he can come back in. 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 4 Ks for Freeland in the loss. Last game of the night, we got Angels 9, Mariners 4. We talked about it yesterday, how important this series was. We talked about it in the American League playoff picture video as well. And the Angels bounce back and tie this series up. So they're 1 apiece, and they're going to go to the rubber match today. Fletcher continues to be probably the hottest hitter in the MLB right now. 3 hits, 5 RBIs. I don't think he's still on that hit streak, but he might be. He had 3 doubles in this game, just insane. On the other side, Crawford had 3 hits. Haniger leading the way with 22nd home run of the season. Nice 3-run shot, so he led his team, but they fell a little bit short, and that came in the 9th inning, so not too much damage there. They were down 9-1 at that point. Mayfield, his first, and Ward, his 8th of the season for the Angels. Cobb goes 6.2, 1 and 6 Ks, and Cobb now 7-3 on the season. He's quietly turning his season around, and he's probably been one of the Angels' best pitchers. Him and Sandoval at this point. Kikuchi goes 5, 7 earned runs, 7 Ks. He got a little bit of a beat down here. But what can you say? He's been consistent all season. And the Mariners will be looking to win, and same with the Angels, obviously. That and the last game here is I don't know if they'll let me put it. It's the Padres Washington Nationals game, postponed in the 6th inning, as we talked about at the top with the guns, shots, and all that. They postponed it. They'll be playing it today. Otherwise, that's all the games that actually had completion. We'll go over the ones that were postponed, I guess, tomorrow. So Monday morning will be a long one, probably 17 games or so. So be ready for that. Otherwise, everyone, thanks for watching. We'll see you for that next video. Peace out.